All right, here we go. Let's go. 7:30. We're on time. Okay. On time, and then I got the audio working. Feeling good. My girlfriend's in the audience, and everybody's here. It's a big show tonight. Yeah, actually, giant show. Yeah, very big. Pressure's on with my girlfriend.
Right here is the pressure is here.
I have to perform. The pressure's sinuses. On to perform. Okay, so anytime you're ready, go ahead and hit the clacker.
Ready.
Ready.
Welcome to Straight Shooting Firearms Talk Show presented by MyGunDiary.com and Drake Fine Sporting Arms of El Paso. With your hosts, Felix Menor and J. Scott Drake. And now, here they are.
That's right, you're tuned in to the one and only Straight Shooting Firearms Talk Show, coming to you live every Monday night right here at Drake Fine Sporting Arms. And sitting next to me is owner and proprietor of Drake Fine Sporting Arms, Mr. J. Scott Drake.
Hi.
Yep. And to his right is our lovely spokesmodel, the one and only Francesca Ricciuti.
Hi.
Let me I always give her a round of applause. You didn't get a round of applause tonight, but Francesca does.
I'm good.
Did I call you the one and only, and then I also called her the one and only?
Well, we're the one and only of each one of only.
Right. Yeah. I mean, what I mean to say is you're both special. Yeah. You're both very special.
I was called special once in school.
We've always got the Francesca cam. Now that seems to be a big hit with the viewers. Now you can only watch that. Oh yeah, but you can only get that angle at the YouTube version of the show, which you can now watch at straightshootingshow.com. And behind me, as always, we're playing a little slideshow from our wonderful sponsor, Cerakote Southwest.
Yes. Sorry. Yeah, Cerakote. I don't know if you guys, all our viewers, have visited the website yet, but they have been posting a few images on their Instagram at Cerakote Southwest.
Yes.
They've been posting some really cool pictures of just some of the work that they've been doing lately. And I actually saw a job that had one of the colors that I wanted, because they have over 120 colors that you can choose from to get for a Cerakote job on your firearm. They use one of the colors that I really wanted, so I was excited about it. One
of the firearms that we're featuring in the show tonight, in the You Show Me Yours, I'll Show You Mine segment, it has a Cerakote Southwest design on it, and it's awesome. It's a Sig Sauer MPX that is just incredible, so you'll want to stay tuned for that. And let me tell you what is on the show tonight. Now, in Guns in the News, of course, the big story nationwide, worldwide, we had another big shooting. This one hits close to home, too close to home, right here in the wonderful state of Texas. And we're going to definitely talk about that a little bit at length, and we'll get everybody's input as we always do. That being such a big story, that's probably going to be the only news story that we're going to talk about before we jump into the big segments of the show, which, as I mentioned, is the You Show Me Yours, I'll Show You Mine, where Scott, a.k.a. Steve, and myself, we went out shooting this weekend thanks to a friend of the show and a fellow YouTuber out there named Craig. So a big thank you to Craig for providing the firearms for the video tonight, and it's a Sig Sauer MPX 9mm pistol type carbine, and also a CZ Scorpion Evo 9mm pistol type carbine. We went out and shot it. We gave our opinions, and we're going to talk a little bit about that tonight. And then in the gunsmithing job of the week, now this has really turned into something that we did not expect. So we've got this double barrel coach shotgun that we took out for our great pumpkin shoot. The pumpkin shoot, did we call it the Great Pumpkin Shoot?
Yeah, the Great Pumpkin Shoot 2017. So we'll have to, that implies that we have to do a 2018. Yeah.
But we did that Halloween, on our Halloween special, with this double barrel shotgun. And after we shot up all the pumpkins, we noticed some problems with this shotgun. There was a bulge in the barrel. We had some problems with the trigger, and what do you call it? The soldering came undone.
Yeah, your ribs came unsoldered because of the bulging in the barrels. It just separated the soldering on the ribs.
You were kind enough to take this on as a project. You cut the barrels down. Well, we're going to talk about it in the gunsmithing job of the week. We've got a video as well, but we did go out and shoot it some more, and we're going to tell you about the results. And then, believe it or not, with all those three segments, that's a show. But I do want to mention, we've got some postcards sitting right here.
Yeah.
Again. And why don't you tell us a bit about your friend who was nice enough to always send you postcards from wherever he is in the world?
We've got two from my buddy Whitaker. Thank you. We always look forward to getting your postcards, man. And It's always from somewhere interesting. Always, you know.
Have you heard from him? Has he watched the show yet and seen that we were giving him thanks?
Yeah, he's watching the show, and you know, he's a buddy of mine. I appreciate it, and we're always looking forward to the postcards, especially the ones that you hand make. We love those.
Yeah, very cool. But I did notice on these he sent actual postcards.
Actual postcards this time, and then we've got one from some guy named Josh Morris.
Some
guy named Josh Morris.
Josh Morris sent a postcard?
Yeah, Josh Morris.
That's awesome.
So anyway, yeah, thanks, Josh. We appreciate it, buddy.
He is quickly becoming our biggest overseas fan.
Yeah,
our biggest online fan, and also Francesca's fiance. So that's wonderful. Hey, let's mention briefly the Facebook Live, because he is watching right now on Facebook Live, as a lot of other people are. When we first started the show, the Facebook Live was kind of an afterthought, and we keep saying, oh, you know, the Facebook Live is just a behind the scenes look, but a lot of people are watching the Facebook Live.
Yeah.
Now, the issue with the Facebook Live feed has always been, one, that we're broadcasting through Facebook Live through my cell phone, which is an iPhone. It's nice, but the audio is only through the microphone of the cell phone. So that's always been the problem, is we can't zoom in on the TV. People have been asking about that. The audio quality isn't the best quality that you get on the YouTube show, right, with all the editing and stuff. So I said, you know what, with the popularity of the Facebook Live, I'm going to make an upgrade, right? Especially given that we have problems with audio last week. I said, I'm going to pull the trigger on this, pun intended. And I've been looking at this device. Oh, dude, I got to give myself a ba-dum-bum. I've been looking at this device, and it's called the Mevo, and it's sitting right here in front of me. It's a live streaming cam. It's a whole live streaming solution, and that little device there is actually 7 cameras in one. So we're going to have Steve or somebody in the audience. So if Steve's, he's going to have some responsibility now. And actually, one of us could do it if he's not able to. But it's better that somebody is just focusing on that. But basically, it's an app that camera is going to be controlled through the app on the phone, and it's a video production suite. From the application, from the screen, he can zoom in on Francesca, he can zoom in on you, he can have a wide shot of all of us, and he can zoom in on what's going on the television screen. But more importantly, the audio from the mixer plugs in to this camera device.
I feel like we should probably hire a 7-year-old to do that, because that's way beyond my technological capabilities.
And they'll figure it out in
it's so simple minutes. A 7-year-old could. If the viewers are interested to see what this device does, you go to getmevo.com and you can see what it does. But it's going to be a big upgrade for the show. But it did cost a bit of money. And herein was the problem, is that
we had a little run-in over the cost of the equipment.
Yeah, I heard it was not a great exchange.
I went ahead and spent money without consulting Scott. And of course, at some point I had to break the news to him that I spent money on the show for a new camera. Look, we've got 4 cameras as it is. We got a mixer, we got 3 computers, we got a TV. And I went ahead and made this purchase without consulting Scott. And at some point I had to come in and tell him about it, and the cameras were rolling.
You did what? You bought a live streaming camera for $490 without even checking with me? Are you crazy, Felix? Are you crazy?
Coño, Scott, take it easy.
Coño, my ass!
At $490 for the camera kit is puro. You can't lose money. No way. We make 75 more viewers on this deal, Scott. 75 viewers. That's serious viewers.
And what's Franco gonna do when we don't come up with 500 viewers? What's he gonna do? Is he gonna send us a bill? He's gonna send a fucking hit squad up here. That's what. They'll be Cerakote in the streets.
Relax. Take it easy. I'm in tight with Franco. You short a couple of viewers, I go on the street for you. I make a couple of moves. A viewer here, a viewer there. You got it, okay?
You're making moves on your own.
I got ears, I hear things.
And what do you hear about Periscope? And Ustream? What about them? What about Stream Solutions? What are they going to do when we start getting 2,000 viewers a show?
Stream Solution and fuck the fucking Ustream brothers. Fuck them all. I bury those cockroaches. What do they ever do for us, huh? Look, Scott, the time has come. We got to expand the whole operation. Distribution, Facebook Live, YouTube, Instagram. We got to produce our own show now and live stream it.
There you have it. It was quite the scene. Yeah.
I'm okay now.
Are you?
Yeah.
So, you know, one of the things, it's a good segue to talk about now. So the Facebook viewers right now have a wide shot of this whole set right here.
Yeah.
They could not zoom in and see accurately what was just depicted on the TV screen, which was a hilarious, you know, parody of Scarface. So for those of you watching on Facebook Live right now, to see what we were just showing in full effect, tomorrow will be the day to see it, is go to straightshootingshow.com and watch the fully edited show, and you'll be able to see the
you're
parody.
going to drop the parody as its own thing, and then we'll add it to the show too, right?
Yeah. It's going to be in the show, and then it's going to be its own video. Just go to straightshootingshow.com. You'll see everything. But basically what we did is we did a parody of Scarface in the scene where he was confronted by his boss because he did a deal for $75 million without consulting him, just like I bought this Get Mevo camera for the show without consulting.
Yeah, $490.
It's too much, man.
It's too much, man.
So, yeah, and then we're gonna end the show tonight with the bloopers.
I love bloopers of all the things. Every video.
The bloopers are hilarious.
So funny.
Actually, as soon as we finish the show tonight, right on my computer, I'll make that video public because it's already been uploaded to our YouTube channel. It's just been private.
It's camoed. You just can't see it.
Right. So
it's there in waiting.
So around 8:15 p.m. tonight, Mountain Standard Time, I'm going to make it live, and then you'll be able to see what we just saw. So,
right on.
All right. Well, let's move on here. Okay. Now tonight, I was going to wear the costume I wore for the parody, but I decided to wear my T-shirt. All right. So this week, another big thing that's going to happen is that we're going to open the store with the T-shirts. People have been asking for them and want them, and we're going to open with 2 different T-shirts. The first one being the standard, I'm going to put it up here on the screen here momentarily. The first one being the standard white logo, which is everybody has a T-shirt of it right now, and here's the white logo you see on the screen behind me. And then the second T-shirt, I finally got the high resolution image of our Good and the Bad and the Ugly parody with the squirrel. And so both those T-shirts are going to be up later this week. Just go to straightshootingshow.com. There'll be a new link that says T-shirts or store.
Yeah.
We're also going to have mouse pads, things of that nature, coffee mugs, a bunch of straightshootingshow.com products.
I guess one day I'm going to have to finish all the books I'm writing so I can put those on there too. Huh?
Yeah, but you'll have to put a Straight Shooting logo on it.
I will.
That's the only caveat to that. So that's why I'm wearing the T-shirt. And then, of course, we now have an Instagram page, which is @StraightShootingShow. And then finally, a Facebook group. So all of our Facebook viewers right now that go to My Gun Diary, we want to make it all straight shooting. So we have a group, and it's facebook.com/groups/straight shooting. All right, and I'll put the link to it in the YouTube. I'm going to put the link everywhere. We're going to put the link on the website, and you'll be able to find it there too. So all this is going on. The show is growing. It's going fabulous. And so those are all the plugs. And now we can get into we do have an actual show tonight, not just plugs and parodies.
Right.
All right, so let's get into...
We do serious things.
Yeah, let's get serious now. It's time to get serious.
This week in firearms news and current events.
Okay, so as I mentioned at the top of the show, we had a big incident in Texas, which was the church shooting. And I'm sure pretty much everybody that's not living under a rock knows what's going on. And that is that somebody went into a church, opened fire with a rifle, a Sig Sauer 5.56 a Ruger. I think it was a Ruger AR-15 type that he went in there, and he killed 26 people in the church. From what I've read, I don't know if you guys read anything different, but from what I've read, his in-laws or his ex-in-laws were attending that church or attended that church. They weren't there that day, but that's the church they go to. So they think that's what happened because this particular guy got kicked out of the military. He was in the Air Force. He got a dishonorable discharge. He was court-martialed because he had beat up his wife and his kids.
Right.
Which begs the question, then, how did he obtain a firearm?
Yeah.
From what I've read, he lied on his form. What's the form that the number that people have to fill out?
Yeah, the ATF form 4470.
Yes.
Like,
on it,
did
there's
he lie and he said no? Has
Yes.
he been convicted of something? No.
That's right. He said he lied on the form.
Okay.
They ran the background check. Nothing came up. Apparently,
Wow.
this is what I'm following.
Yeah.
This is what I'm tracking is what happened. And he purchased the firearm. So he lied on the thing. Somehow he got it. I don't know how that would slip through. I don't know how the NCIS system works, but
The gun belonged to him. It was okay.
yeah. So he's shooting up the church, killing people. There's a guy that lives right next door, and apparently his daughter came running in and said, "Dad, there's somebody shooting up the church, killing people in the church." So Dad got his rifle and went out and engaged in a firefight with the bad guy. Apparently he got a shot. I don't know what kind of rifle he was using, but he got a shot. The bad guy who committed this heinous crime was wearing body armor. The guy was able to shoot him where the body armor didn't cover, either in the torso or the side, you know. So the bad guy drops his weapon because he's been shot, gets in a vehicle, gets in his car, and takes off. All right. Now the guy who had shot him wants to give chase, but he didn't have a car. Either maybe his car's in the garage or whatever. Is running after him and stops a bystander who happens to be driving by. And this is the video we're going to watch is of the guy who happened to be driving by. Right? He's just minding his own business. He happens to be driving by the church. Somebody comes running out, stops his car, says, "Somebody just shot up the church. We got to give chase." And Texas being as it is, everybody being friendly and get in, let's chase this guy. So they didn't know each other. The guy with the rifle who shot the bad guy jumps in, and they start off on a 95-mile-an-hour chase after this guy.
Thank goodness.
From my understanding, what happened was the bad guy crashed. The guy who shot up the church crashed, probably because he had been shot, because when they did approach the vehicle, finally, the cops, the guy was dead.
Right.
They don't know. They haven't said yet if it was self-inflicted, but I suspect, from what I've been reading, is that he was shot by this armed citizen.
Yeah, and bled out or whatever. Yeah.
So let's watch this video interview. It's 2 minutes long, of the guy who was driving by.
I did what I thought I needed to do, which was they said that there was a shooting. I pursued, and I just did what I thought was the right thing.
You know there were more weapons in that car. You possibly stopped them from killing other people.
I didn't know that. I pulled up on the intersection, and I saw the shooter coming from the cars, actually right outside the church that were parked. His vehicle was parked, door open, engine running, and him and the neighbor across the street were both coming out about the same time, exchanging fire. And as he came up, I never got a look at him. I never really saw him. I saw the gunfire. The shooter got in his truck. The gentleman with the rifle came to my truck as the shooter took off, and he briefed me quickly on what had just happened and said that we had to get him, and so that's what I did. He just hurt so many people, and he just affected so many people's lives. Why wouldn't you want to take him down? Yeah. I was on the phone with dispatch the entire time. As far as I could see, Wilson County Police were all headed to the church, and on 539 I did not see any police, and so I gave them the direction we were going, on what road and everything, and that, you know, the vehicle was in sight, and I was picking up, getting closer and closer. It's like he just gave up. He just he went off in the ditch, hit a hay bale from what I could see, and then he just never moved after that. He didn't get out, he didn't try anything, nothing. He hit the ditch. The gentleman that was with me got out, rested his rifle on my hood, and kept it aimed at him, telling him to get out, get out. There was no movement. There was none of that. The guy didn't put up a fight or anything. About, like I said, 5 to 7 minutes. It was very quick. It was very quick. And then once the police showed up, they moved me and the gentleman back, and then everybody showed up and they took action.
And what happened? Did you hear gunfire after that?
No, sir. There was no gunfire. Nothing else had to happen.
So the cops
to me.
didn't shoot him.
Right.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I just pulled up
We're
to
getting
an
a lot of
intersection and saw
information
gunfire.
on the Facebook
Okay, yeah,
Live
let's
that talk
go to-
about more facts that people have heard.
Let's go
read
to
about.
the Facebook Live commenters. What are they saying out there?
So the viewers are saying, remember before the show started, we were talking about when, if like civilian side, you get in trouble for something, the military obviously knows about that. They find out about it.
Right.
You know, we're talking about Laudenberg Amendment, and we were saying, well, if the military punished you for something, wouldn't the civilian side know about that? Like, because he was
Right.
punished in the military. So I guess one of the viewers is saying that he was in the Air Force at Holloman, and Holloman didn't file the correct paperwork to flag him on to the NCIS.
Wow.
Well, from what I was reading a while ago in the news, it wasn't a dishonorable discharge. It was something other than that. It was a under
other than honorable conditions.
conditions or something like that. So it wasn't a dishonorable discharge.
But what was the court martial for? It was for
domestic
violence.
abuse. Yeah.
Yeah. So that, I mean, just it doesn't. I don't think it matters what kind of discharge it is. I mean, we've got some military viewers right now, so let me know what you think.
Thing is,
wouldn't
you know,
I know about that?
He would be flagged for a background check if it were a dishonorable discharge.
Okay.
You know,
that is a specific question.
That is a specific question on the ATF form. So if it wasn't a dishonorable, or if they had it downgraded or something later on, then it would change that.
Oh, so if you were, you can appeal the dishonorable.
Right.
If you got a dishonorable
Sure.
and you appealed it, does that now change that?
So that might explain how he slipped through the background check. But don't you think that this particular person, with having made up their mind that they were going to do something like this, right? We always talk about laws don't stop people from doing this stuff. He would have found a way to acquire a weapon illegally anyways. I mean, murder is against the law, but he broke that law. Why wouldn't he, break a gun law to get a gun to go commit the murders that he wanted to commit?
The fact that we have to have a law that says don't kill people is ridiculous in itself. I mean, do we even have to have a law in the books that says don't kill people? I mean,
the reality
that
we're facing with this and the Las Vegas incident and others is that there are evil people in the world, crazy people, bad people with bad intentions.
Right.
And the rest of us, moderately normal people, deserve the right to defend ourselves and carry firearms. And I actually think that concealed carry laws around the country, that Reciprocity Act should be brought up for a vote and passed, so that you and I and everybody else, if I have a permit in Texas and I'm traveling to visit friends somewhere else, my concealed carry permit should be good, so that I have the right to defend myself and defend my friends and my family against this potential, incident like this, right? Yeah. Don't you think? Yeah, what else? Let's get one other input here from the Facebook Live before
So we've got. They also said so he was shot twice, one in the leg, one in the torso, and then I guess he decided to turn his car off the road or something. He wrecked, and then it's been put out somewhere that he then turned a gun on himself.
Gotcha.
So
the what we can discount were some of the stories that came out right away from the marginal websites that were not legitimate news websites, right? One claimed that this guy was an Antifa guy. I'm not saying he's not, but the person that posted that article based that off of one photo of the guy with some questionable something or other literature or something in the background. It was not credible. So as far as him being connected to some left-wing movement or whatever, I don't think there's any validity to that. It seems like he was having a family issue with.
He's already got a history of domestic violence.
Yeah,
he obviously just can't handle the family situation.
So it's another sad event for me. We talk about the positive stories out of this, that there were citizens willing to put themselves in harm's way, to jump in and do something about it, to not just pass by and not do anything, and say, or because the neighbor or the guy driving by could have said, I don't want any part of this. I don't want to get involved. I don't know what's going on. But no, they didn't hesitate. They took action. There are good citizens, good people out there willing to step in and do the right thing. And this guy that was interviewed, he said he did it because it was the right thing to do.
Yeah. And the viewers are definitely, giving props to that guy. You know, we need more people like that. You know, so.
And who knows? Maybe this guy that committed the shooting just needed a hug. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
I would have hugged him. I'm not going to hug him now.
I'd have hugged him.
Yeah.
Yeah. Right to death.
You and I have never hugged Scott.
You let me know when you need one.
Not right now.
I'm good. I've been taken care of quite well. Yeah, my girlfriend. So, hey, with that, let's move in and talk about these cool firearms that Craig provided with us. With you show me yours, I'll show you mine.
You show me yours, I'll show you mine.
The joke we always used to make. We haven't made this joke in a while about, you know, the you show me yours, I'll show you mine. It's not what you think, right? Isn't that what you always used to say?
That's what I used to say.
Yeah, if we hug, though, people might get the wrong impression of that. So, hey, so Craig, who's got his own YouTube channel, I will post a link to his YouTube channel in the description of the YouTube edited version of episode 15. But if you're watching on Facebook Live and you want to go to Craig's YouTube channel, just search for Dave and Craig shoot stuff or Craig and Dave shoot stuff. It's one of those. I think if you type either one, you'll find it.
I am trying to type it in here and you don't even know what it is.
Oh, yeah. It's Craig and Dave shoot stuff or Dave and Craig shoot stuff. Either one.
Gosh.
I think either one might work.
Okay, so you guys just have to figure it out.
But just go to YouTube, subscribe to his channel.
We'll post the right one.
Yeah, he's got a lot of cool firearms. This guy, he's an enthusiast like me, more so than me. He's got more cool guns than I do. I shouldn't say that. I got some cool guns, but he came by the shop and left a bunch of them here for us to go shoot. How cool is that? And so the first two that we could not keep our hands off of or our eyes off of were the Sig Sauer MPX and the CZ Scorpion Evo, which to me sounds like the name of a Japanese sports car. Yeah. Right? A Mitsubishi. Mitsubishi Scorpion Evo.
It's got the plastic qualities of a Japanese sports car.
Yeah, it does, and that's what we're going to talk about. So I'm going to play the video clip here. We're going to jump around in the video a little bit because the full length video is like 10 minutes long. We're not going to watch the whole thing on the show here. But let's. The
ridiculous music.
Yeah.
You're like editing this late at night.
I am editing it so late.
Hey, what's up,
everybody?
Our MPX 9mm with Trijicon. It's got a custom Cerakote job by Cerakote Southwest.
Yeah, it actually does.
Yeah, how cool is that?
We get to plug them too.
And it's one of the nicer, normally, and Steve will tell you, normally I don't like the firearms that have.
It's got look at that camo pattern on it. It's awesome.
I usually like to leave the receiver alone, my taste. But this one looks really cool.
Yeah.
Yeah, that one looks awesome.
You know me, if it were mine, I'd throw it in the dirt.
They have some really awesome pictures on.
You could stay on. So if I wanted to, I could shoot a lot faster, but yeah, I like to aim. I like to take my time.
It's a really cool camo pattern.
But
I know I said that already once, but
I feel like
really cool.
even shooting faster. And let's get a faster. I got a couple rounds left. All right, so I'm just gonna see how fast I could shoot and stay on.
Are you gonna see how fast you can shoot?
The gun doesn't move too much.
We'll see.
Nope. I think we had a failure.
It's not very fast.
What kind of failure was it?
There we go.
Magazine.
Okay, so that was pretty quick, man, and I was able to hold on target fairly well. I mean,
yeah. So tell me a little bit about your impressions of that firearm, Scott.
You know, I'm not a fan of these guns anyway. I just
you definitely have a specific taste in firearms. If I know you well enough, you like classic shotguns. Yep, like a double barrel over and under hunting shotguns.
Yeah,
and you like hunting rifles, like beautiful
like bolt rifles, long range guns, stuff like that.
Yeah, because from what I gather from what your descriptions are and your thoughts of, you find no practical purpose for these types of firearms for you.
Just for me.
What about just for fun? Don't you ever just go shoot something for fun?
No. No, I don't go shoot.
Every show he says something that a gun he doesn't like.
Yeah.
It's becoming a thing.
Yeah. Now, for what it is, given that you don't like these types of guns,
right?
Yeah. For what it is, how'd you like it?
This one's okay. I like the Sig.
Yeah.
I'm a fan of Sig. If it's whether they're pistols or
high quality stuff.
Yeah, high quality stuff. I love Sig.
But you pay for it.
Yeah, you do. And I'm not plugging Sig as a name. I'm plugging Sig as a product.
Right.
Because I really, really like their stuff.
Yeah. And this was you can tell just by holding it, handling, it's extremely well made.
Yeah, it's well made.
It's a great design. It's shot well. It's shot comfortable. But the same cannot be said for this CZ Scorpion Evo.
The Scorpion, is a piece of junk.
Let's take a look here.
It's a nice little short pullback.
This is me with the Sig MPX.
Like this little red dot. Oh. Helps take safety off.
Yeah, you know, have I told you I'm a competitive shooter? There we go. Bing, bing, bing. All right, let's go to
like that.
The Scorpion Evo. Oh, yeah.
It hurts.
Okay.
CZ Scorpion Evo.
I don't like this. All right, so the controls are unfamiliar.
The controls, like
which
a
is not
game.
a big deal. I mean, you can get used to that. This thing jabs you in the finger, if you could see, like that. It hurts when you're shooting. The recoil is a little bit more.
What is that thing?
It comes off target a little bit worse.
Yeah, I'm gonna pause it right here on the safety.
It just seems kind of flimsy.
So what when you've got your finger around the grip, which part of the safety is hitting you?
Right here, this little guy is jabbing you in the finger.
You would think that they would catch that like in the design phase of this firearm, like somebody who holds a firearm is like.
So I don't know. I'm not super familiar with this gun. There may be a way to take that safety off on the other side or something.
But why should you have to make that modification? That's annoying.
Yeah, it is. It's super annoying. And that thing, I mean, I don't have the toughest hands in the world. I mean, I don't have a mark there anymore, but when you were shooting, it was definitely uncomfortable. So
and then Steve said the same thing about it. By the way, you can watch this video right now on our YouTube channel. If you go to straightshootingshow.com, this video is up there. It's been up there since yesterday and it's starting to get a lot of views. 75 viewers, which is probably what it has. But Steve said the same thing. So I put on gloves before I shot it, and I didn't have that same experience, but because I was wearing gloves.
Well, I don't know about you. I don't always have time to put on gloves. I barely put on ear pro, man.
That's true.
Shows it all. Just the safety is a big issue for me.
I'm pushing the mag release forward. Oh, there we go.
Yeah, and that's the other thing I didn't like about it.
The magazine doesn't come out freely.
I wish the mag would just drop out, right?
And then it's not the most convenient mag release either. It's just
it's on the mag well, and you have to push it forward, and it's not like you
don't even have to force it at all. Okay, so
now it was accurate though.
I question whether the gun was more accurate or whether the sight was just on.
Yeah. Well, maybe we'll get it out there again. Because we didn't zero, the sights are zeroed for Craig. It's Craig, they're Craig firearms.
I mean, theoretically, anybody should be able to pick up a gun with a holographic sight and it should be zeroed for them, if it's on. Now, whether his MPX was zeroed, and on target or...
Well, the bottom line is we preferred the Sig Sauer MPX. It's an excellent firearm, but it's going to cost you, what, $1,600? Is that what they're going for? 1,700, something like that. Whereas the CZ Scorpion Evo Mitsubishi is like $700.
Right. So we had a guy, he was commenting on the YouTube video of this, and he said, well, because of the budgetary stuff, after he gets done adding everything to it, he has got a decked out Scorpion that is the same price as the base, Sig rifle or pistol. I mean,
but as far as the three of us that shot at you, myself, and Steve, I said that I would prefer to save if I didn't have enough money to buy it today. I would
save your pennies,
save up, and get the Sig instead of the Scorpion Evo. Right. Yeah, so that's the bottom line. We all like the Sig. Sig it is.
Yeah.
Sig wins that one.
Save your pennies, and then when you get done saving your pennies, buy another $250 or $300 holographic sight, and you're set.
So those of you watching on the Facebook Live, please leave us your comments. And those of you watching on YouTube, leave us comments. Which one do you prefer, the Sig or the Scorpion? Have you had any experience with them? And we'll definitely reply to all your comments on the YouTube channel and whatnot. So let's keep things moving along. The time is flying by, and we'll get into our last segment here, which is the gunsmithing job of the week, which is now into its second week.
Yeah. It's time for the gunsmithing job of the week.
Okay, so back again, this familiar shotgun, which we're going to see more of because...
It's fast becoming the gunsmithing job of the month.
Yeah,
my favorite gun because I won something shooting.
You did, yeah. It was very accurate for you. Now, since you shot it, though, Scott has done some work to it. As you can see, he trimmed the barrel down from 20 inches to 18 and a half. They ported the barrels here.
Yes, I saw that.
Yep. He put a new front sight bead on it, which is better. And he did something to the barrels themselves.
Yeah, we lengthened the forcing cones inside. So if you picture coming out of the chamber, there's a little...
I'm going to turn this volume down.
Yeah.
All right. So
you're getting the video of what we did. Yeah, so the ribs had separated. You could see that. And we soldered those back into place.
And the reason the ribs have separated, what we said, is that this...
Because the barrels had bulged and forced them apart.
Right, and we're pretty sure that it's because we were putting slugs through it and buckshot, and really this is just because it's inferior Chinese steel.
Yeah, I think so.
It's a cheaply made shotgun. It's fun, but it's really just made to shoot birdshot through it.
Yeah, basically. I mean, it looked like the slugs and the buckshot basically destroyed those barrels, man, right at the... I'm guessing it was from the chokes, the fixed choke,
right?
You know.
So now you are not deterred by this, news. So we took it out, and in the video you see here, after you've done the work, we needed to test it out. Now I took it out on Saturday, and I put birdshot through it, and it shot just fine. Yeah, this is the video clip here. I'm shooting. There were some leftover pumpkins out there, and then we went out yesterday to shoot slugs and double-aught buck through it. And it did. The barrels held up fine.
Yeah, the barrels are going to hold up fine now because they're open cylinder. You could shoot steel, whatever you want through. It doesn't matter.
However, you pointed out as we were kind of looking at, because the side plates came loose again yesterday too. And as you were tightening the side plates, you happened to notice, and I'm going to show a picture of it. There's a picture of it in the video. You happened to notice that the stock behind the safety mechanism,
cracked.
And you also think that that's from the recoil and power that we're dealing with slugs and double-aught buck.
Yeah, I just think it's not. It's a bad fit from the action to the stock, and so there's probably some wiggle in there, and it's probably causing it to kind of slam into the stock and causing it to crack.
Now, as I mentioned, you are not deterred by any of the problems this shotgun has had. You have taken a personal interest in this, and you have plans to further do more gunsmithing work on this to make this.
We're going to make this gun shoot well. I'm bound and determined
to shoot any kind of ammo
and survive.
And survive, and do it, without worry.
Now, what are your next plans then for the repairs or gunsmithing?
We're going to go in and find out why this thing is cracking, and it's got to be an ill fit from the action to the stock, and that's got to be the cause.
Now, what is the first repair that you'll need to do to fix this cracked stock?
That repair would just be to stabilize that crack and really just kind of epoxy it back together. It'll probably be stronger than the wood was in the first place.
That's what you were saying.
Yeah, this is just by looking at it, probably, I would call it Chinese walnut, which is probably some kind of strand of balsa wood.
That's what I would suspect. I've gotten a lot of use out of it. I don't mind, anything you do to it. I've had it for 5-6 years, something like that. I put a number of rounds through it. But I did want to have it as a home defense shotgun, and I'm not confident not being able to put double-aught buck through it. And so, yes, let's see what we can do. Either we're going to make it into an awesome gun. I said we should give it a name. Originally, I called it the Predator. I don't know why. That was the first thing that come to mind. But somebody else suggested a name.
Yeah. They said since it's making so many changes, why don't we call it the Transformer?
The Transformer.
Ooh.
I like it.
Humpty Dumpty.
Humpty Dumpty.
It has a crack.
Yeah, that's true. Yeah.
All right, we're gonna go with Transformer.
Okay.
I'm gonna go with Humpty Dumpty.
We can all give it a nickname. Yeah. And so this is going to be an ongoing project. So you may see more of it. You will see more of it in the gunsmithing job of the week.
You'll see more of it. We're going to get this thing to where it's a good shooting shotgun.
Yeah.
And we're doing this more as a testament to. And these things are really popular, don't get me wrong, and now I know because I didn't have really any experience with them, but if I sell one off my shelf, which I do very frequently.
You've got a couple in stock. They're fun shotguns.
They're fun. They're popular. They're $350 or whatever, I don't even know what they cost, but they're not expensive. Now we know we got to give a little warning. Hey, man, don't shoot slugs through this thing. It's going to destroy it. Or just go ahead and let me do all this work to it. And you know, after all of the work is complete, you might as well have just gotten yourself a CZ.
Yeah.
You know, or something higher end.
If the gun repairs and everything we're going to do that you're going to do to it doesn't work out, or if it just breaks again, I will then invest some money into a higher price, higher quality. I mean, maybe this is like the CZ Scorpion Evo of double barrel coach guns. You know what I'm saying?
I want this one to survive though, because we're gonna do annual pumpkin.
Yeah, I do too.
It's that one. That gun's got to be included.
I'm kind of getting sentimentally attached to it a little bit, given all that it's been.
Don't get sentimental about guns. Do what I do. The moment you get sentimental about a gun, throw it away.
You can see the video. Let me segue. You can watch the video that's playing behind us. It's on the YouTube channel right now. Go to Straight Shooting Show. You can see the video in its entirety. Everything that's been done with this gun up until today, and shooting it and whatnot. So that is our gunsmithing job of the week. And with that, it's time to talk about what's going to be on the show next week. And now we're back to Craig again. Craig has been awesome for us. And what I'm holding in my hand here is a Beretta.
Yeah, it's an 84.
It looks like a mini Beretta 92, which it kind of is. It's even got the open slide on the barrel here, and they often call this the Cheetah, right? And it's a .380 caliber. So we're going to take this out and shoot it, but we're going to compare it against a load of 380s. I happen to have 3 380 pistols. I've got a Browning BDA 380, which is a lot like this. It's very similar in design. I've never shot it, so I'm looking forward to it. I've got a Walther PK 380, very nice, and then I've got a Sig P232.
And I've got the 238.
And you've got the 238, which is that beautiful. It's a beautiful design, that one.
Yeah.
We're gonna take
mine has the all the different colors on the
side. Cool. Yeah, one of the like the rainbow type.
Yeah.
And then Scott's got a Bursa 380 that we shot a little bit Saturday. But we're going to take all of those out and shoot them.
I love my Bursa. Don't make fun of it. I love it.
We're going to take them all out and shoot them and compare them. So next weekend and on next week's show, it's going to be all about 380s. And I think a lot of people will be interested in that because the 380 is an excellent round for self-defense.
Kristen's telling me it's her 380, so her Bursa. Right? Yeah. So we'll have to take her. You'll have to get footage of her shooting it.
It's well, yeah, come on out. And then I always recommend the 380 for women who maybe are not confident or don't have a lot of experience with firearms, and it's a lighter recoil, especially that PK, the Walther PK 380.
I carry a 380 any day.
I carry a 380.
Well, when we compared our concealed carries, that I had mentioned that was why I chose that caliber.
Yeah. So that's something to look forward to next week. And then I thought we would do for our gunsmithing job of the week, if you will agree with me, I'll come in sometime during the week and shoot some video, more of the Sig Sauer MPX, but how to disassemble it, field strip it, and give it a good cleaning. I just want to get more footage of that thing.
Steve's not here to defend himself, so we'll let Steve do that. I don't like touching those things. You get those germs on you.
Oh, man, I don't mind. It's a beautiful firearm. Yeah. Hey, but we just want to thank everybody for watching another great episode of Straight Shooting Firearms Talk Show. What were we getting?
And my old battalion commander was watching.
Is that right?
I mean,
yeah. Hey, what's going on? What's going on, sir? Yeah. Ma'am, what's going on, ma'am? I mean, I can't see her.
Right.
So, yeah. Hey, thanks for watching another great episode. Be sure to check us out on the internet on straightshootingshow.com, on Instagram at Straight Shooting Show, on Facebook either at My Gun Diary or facebook.com/groups/straight shooting. As soon
as it in the chat.
Yep, I'm gonna put the link up on the website too. So
all
that
there's too many
stuff.
dots and slashes now. We need to.
That's why the things that he said when he says go to such and such, I type it out on there.
Well, straightshootingshow.com is where you want to go.
Yeah, if you check that out, you can find all this neat stuff.
Yeah, you can get links to everything.
It's a wealth of stuff.
And t-shirts soon.
The big stuff. It's going to be within the next 48 hours.
I saw that we had somebody comment and say that we needed to have coffee cups on there too.
There will be coffee cups. Yes, okay. Everything within 48 hours. That store will be live.
Right on.
Yeah, give me a couple days. I actually have to work the next 3 days.
I will help you this week, and we'll come up with a whole product list of things that people can order.
Well, after work one of these days, in the next couple of days, I'll just bring my computer. We can do it together.
European style Speedos with the logo on the back.
Pink. You got it. You got it all. We're not done yet. We're not done yet.
Wait, my favorite part?
No. I promised that we would show the bloopers.
Yeah, my favorite part.
Yeah. Let's end with the bloopers, and then I'll do the thing.
Oh, and I don't know if anybody noticed, but I'm sporting Scott's.
Enjoy the bloopers.
We got to think big. Hang on. Oh, we got to produce our own show now. All right. Okay. Am I good?
Good.
Okay. The whole operation. All right.
It didn't spin for that long.
All right. Spin it again.
Don't look at it.
Yeah. Yeah. Okay, one more time. Don't look at the camera.
Okay, so I'm not looking at the
Yeah,
camera.
No,
I'm looking at
this
you.
is him.
Yeah.
Okay.
Coño, Scott, take it easy. That's your cue.
You're coming my ass.
Practice now. I zoned out, man.
Sorry. Okay. We make 75 more viewers on this deal. Let's try it again. Kiss the roll. Alright, ready? Let me get character.
Yeah, get into it.
I'm Tony Montana. Okay.
Damn it. Oh, look. Yeah, hey, you know what we need? More chains. I should go more over the top with the accent, like just ridiculous. What's my posture?
Angry.
Like, bowed up
Like
forward?
No, just kind of just angry.
Okay.
Yeah. You got your lines?
Yeah.
Alright. Yep. And action.
He's going to send a hit squad up here. There's going to be Cerakote in the streets.
Yeah, don't look at me.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah, sorry.
Yeah. And action.
About that.
That's good.
Felix actually looks good like that.
Did you add a chain?
More chains.
Oh, more chains.
More chains. Yeah.
I'm going to add 2. Fine.
Yeah,
I really want to get the point across. There we go.
That you were successful at Mardi Gras, or you making moves on your own, huh?
When I say you're making moves on your own, huh?
You're making move. Jew.
Yeah, you're making moves on your own, huh?
Yeah.
That sounded more Italian than anything.
It doesn't matter.
I haven't seen this movie. I thought you were Italian the whole time, so just go with it.
Well, it's the chains.
Yeah. I got ears, you know. I hear things.
It's the cake though, dude. And with that, it's time to say goodbye.
Okay, now we say goodbye.
Stay tuned for the next episode of Straight Shooting when we take another shot.